Be me 29F, founder and CEO of Deconstruct and Decenter, boutique relationship consultancy in NYC. Charge $500 hour to wealthy women to fix their toxic heteronormative relationships. MA in Gender Studies with a minor in Interpretive Dance Theory. My thesis was on the phallic oppression of skyscrapers. Business is booming. Modern women are miserable, and I tell them it's because their boyfriends breathe wrong. My philosophy: all traditional male affection is actually a microcosm of patriarchal control. He opens the door, he thinks you're weak. He pays the bill, financial abuse. He doesn't cry during commercial breaks, emotional constipation. I am the surgeon, and the relationship is the patient on the table. Goal: remove the tumor of masculinity. October, new client comes in. Sophie, 24F. Old money, daddy is some hedge fund ghoul. She's sweet, malleable, chronically online. Spent too much time on TikTok algorithm loops about narcissism. She sits on my velvet couch, clutching a matcha latte. Jen, I think my boyfriend is a covert narcissist. I pull out my notepad, recycled paper, hemp binding. Tell me everything, sister. Create a safe space. She sighs. His name is James. He's 34. He's an architect. Okay, age gap, power imbalance immediately. Strike one. What does he do that scares you? Well, nothing scary. He's just too perfect. I raise an eyebrow. Love bombing, classic manipulation tactic. He cooks dinner every night. He fixed my car when it broke down. He handles all the bills. He listens when I talk, but he never complains about his own day. I slam my pen down. Sophie, this is a code red. He is weaponizing competence. Weaponizing competence. Yes, by doing everything, he is making you dependent. He is stealing your agency. By not complaining, he is withholding intimacy. He is a stone wall wrapped in a velvet glove. Sophie's eyes go wide. Oh my God. I knew it felt wrong when he bought me that Cartier bracelet just because it was Tuesday. Buying your silence, I nod gravely. We need to intervene. Is he willing to do the work? He said he'd do whatever makes me happy. Typical placating behavior. Bring him in. Tuesday. James arrives. I'm ready to destroy him. Expect some loud, manspreading frat bro. Door opens. In walks 62. Chiseled jaw, wearing a tailored charcoal suit. Quiet confidence. He nods at me. Good afternoon. Sophie speaks highly of you. Voice is deep, calm, baritone. My biological wiring misfires for a second. Suppress it. That's just internalized misogyny trying to trick me. He sits down, legs crossed at the knee, hands folded. He looks at Sophie with genuine warmth. Disgusting. James, I start, using my alpha female voice. Sophie feels unsafe in this dynamic. His face drops. Unsafe, Sophie, I'm so sorry. What have I done? It's not what you've done, James, I interrupt. It's what you represent. You are occupying too much space, emotionally, physically, financially. He blinks. I pay the rent and the bills so she can focus on her art gallery. Financial control, I snap. You are infantilizing her. I fix things around the house because I enjoy it. Gatekeeping, manual labor. You're implying she can't use a screwdriver. I don't burden her with my work stress because I want our home to be peaceful. Emotional dishonesty. You are presenting a false self. James looks at Sophie. Is this how you feel? Sophie looks at me. I nod encouragingly. Yes, James, I feel stifled by your stability. I need an equal, not a provider. James is silent for a long moment. Calculates. Nods slowly. I understand. I wasn't aware my support was perceived as oppression. I want to be a modern ally. Tell me what the protocol is. I smiled a shark smile. We are going to dismantle your toxic conditioning, James. It will be painful, but it is necessary. I am ready, he says, face blank. Week 1, the financial equity protocol. I lay down the law. James must stop paying for everything immediately. 50-50 split on everything, down to the cent. Also, he must stop managing the household logistics. James agrees instantly. He pulls out his phone. I am canceling the auto pay on the penthouse rent, the utilities, and the insurance. I will Venmo request Sophie for her half of the groceries daily. Good, I say. Empowerment. 3 days later, Sophie calls me crying. Jen, the internet is out. Did you pay the bill? I forgot. I've never had to do it before. And James is just sitting there reading a book by candlelight. He's respecting your journey, Sophie. Did you ask him to fix it? I did, he said. I don't want to rob you of the learning opportunity to navigate utility bureaucracy. Then he went back to reading. Excellent, he is listening. How does that make you feel? Stressed. And I owe him $400 for the sushi dinner last night. I don't have liquid cash until my dad's allowance comes in. This is the friction of growth, Sophie. Lean into the discomfort. I hang up success. James is actually doing it. Most men fight back. He's submitting to the doctrine. Week 2, the emotional vomit phase. Next session, I critique James's stoicism. You are a robot, James. You need to bleed. Men hold in their feelings and that creates war. You need to be vulnerable. Radical vulnerability. Define the parameters, James says. Share every thought, every insecurity, every fear. Don't filter. If you feel sad, cry. If you feel weak, say it. Sophie needs to see your inner child. James nods. Understood. Radical transparency. 2 days later, I'm having lunch with Sophie. She looks exhausted, bags under her eyes. How's the vulnerability going? I ask, biting into my kale salad. Jen, he won't stop. Good, let it flow. No, you don't understand. He wakes me up at 3 a.m. Why? To tell me he's worried that penguins might get lonely. Then he cried for 45 minutes. I pause. Well, eco-anxiety is real. Then at breakfast, he dropped a piece of toast. He curled into a fetal position on the kitchen floor and talked about how the toast represents his fear of failure. I was late for work because I had to hold him. He's releasing decades of trauma, Sophie. You wanted an emotionally available man. He texts me every 12 minutes, she says, showing me her phone. Wall of text. Sophie, I just saw a cloud that looked like a dog. It made me miss my childhood dog. I feel a void. Please validate my existence. Sophie, the barista didn't smile at me. Is it because I'm ugly? I feel unseen. Sophie, I need you to tell me I'm a good boy. It's a lot, she whispers. I miss the quiet. The quiet was oppression. I slam the table. This is what equality looks like. You are holding space for his emotions just like women have done for centuries. Now it's visible. She shrinks back. Okay, I'll keep holding space. Week 3, the dischivalry mandate. I decide it's time to tackle the physical realm. James is still too protective. I saw him guide her through a crowd by the small of her back. Possessive, patriarchal ownership. I call them in. James, your physical instincts are predatory. He looks tired, probably from all the fake crying I told him to do. Explain, he says. Opening doors implies she cannot operate a handle. Walking on the street side of the sidewalk implies she is expendable. Carrying heavy bags implies she is weak. You must stop. Benevolent sexism, James recites. I read the pamphlet you sent. Exactly. From now on you are physically passive. You do not act, you wait. Understood. Saturday night. It's pouring rain in Manhattan. A torrential downpour. Sophie and James are leaving a gallery opening. Normally, James would hail a cab, hold the umbrella over her, open the door. Not today. James walks out the door, stands under the awning. Sophie walks out, gets drenched instantly. $800 dress ruined. She looks at James. James looks at her. He is dry. James, the umbrella, she shrieks. I don't want to patronize you, he says calmly. You are a strong, independent woman capable of managing your own weather protection. She struggles to open her tiny purse umbrella. It flips inside out in the wind. She drops her purse in a puddle. James, help me. I cannot intervene without your express written consent and a liability waiver regarding my toxic savior complex, he says. He watches her struggle for 5 minutes. Finally, she gets a cab. She has to open the heavy door herself while fighting the wind. James slides in after her. Great job asserting your agency tonight, honey, he says. Sophie calls me the next day. She's furious. He let me get soaked. He let you be free, Sophie. Was it uncomfortable? Yes. Freedom is uncomfortable. I got a cold. Better a cold than the shackles of dependency. Month 2, the intruder test. This wasn't planned, but it was perfect. Sophie lives in a questionable part of Tribeca, gentrifying, but sketchy at night. 3 a.m. Loud crash in the living room. Glass breaking. Sophie shoots up in bed, terrified. She shakes James. James, someone is in the apartment. Old James would have grabbed a baseball bat and investigated. New James. James pulls the duvet up to his chin. I hear it, he whispers, voice trembling. Go check. No, James says firmly. To confront the intruder would be an act of toxic masculine aggression. Violence is never the answer. I refuse to perpetuate the cycle of conflict. What? They might kill us. Then we will die as pacifist allies, James says. Besides, why do you assume I should go? Because I have a penis. That is biological essentialism. You go. I'm scared. I'm scared too. Validate my fear. James starts fake hyperventilating. I feel unsafe. I need you to be the big spoon. Sophie, trembling, grabs a heavy lamp and creeps out into the hallway. She's sobbing. Turns out it was just a shelf falling down. She comes back to bed. James is crying into the pillow. Is the bad man gone? He whimpers. Sophie sleeps on the couch. The turning point. Sophie is broken. She looks terrible. Hair frizzy, clothes wrinkled. James stopped paying for dry cleaning. She's broke. Paying half the rent on a penthouse is hard on an allowance. She's emotionally drained. James sends her 500 texts a day about his feelings. But I am ecstatic. I have broken the stallion. I tell Sophie she is ready for the final step. The proposal. He's going to propose, she asks, hopeful. No, you are. Waiting for a man to propose is archaic. You must claim your future. But I want the ring, the kneeling, Disney propaganda. You will propose to him. At the charity gala next week, in front of everyone, it will be a statement. She hesitates. Do you want to go back to being a victim, Sophie? No, she whispers. Then do it. The gala, black tie event, the elite of NY society. I'm there, wearing a tuxedo because dresses are a construct. Sophie looks nervous. James looks serene. He's wearing a suit, but I made him wear a pin that says ally in rainbow glitter. The moment comes. Sophie takes the microphone. The room goes quiet. James, she says, voice shaking, can you come up here? James walks up. He doesn't stride, he shuffles, submissive body language, shoulders slumped, head down. Perfect. Sophie kneels. The crowd gasps. Usually, the woman doesn't kneel. James, will you marry me? Silence. James takes the microphone. He looks at Sophie, then he looks at the crowd. Then he looks at me. His eyes change. The dead, submissive look vanishes. The predator returns. Sophie, he speaks into the mic. His voice is back to that deep, commanding baritone. No more whine. For the last 3 months, I have followed the guidance of your consultant, Jen. He points at me. Spotlight swings to me. I smirk, give a little wave. I have stopped providing for you financially to respect your independence. I have stopped protecting you physically to respect your strength. I have burdened you with every fleeting emotion to respect vulnerability. The crowd is murmuring. I watched you struggle to pay bills. I watched you get rained on. I watched you check for intruders while I hid in bed. Sophie is crying. James, please. And tonight, James continues, voice cold as ice. You are kneeling on the ground begging me to marry you while I stand here doing nothing, because that is what you were told equality looks like. He looks at me. Jen taught us that a man who takes care of things is a tyrant, that a man who protects is a jailer, that a man who is stoic is broken. He turns back to Sophie. But Sophie, you look miserable. You look tired. You look unloved. I am, she sobs. I'm so tired, James. I know, he says gently. He reaches down. The crowd holds its breath. Is he going to pull her up, kiss her? He takes the ring box from her hand, closes it, hands it back to her. I cannot marry you, Sophie. Gasps. Because I cannot respect a woman who let herself be brainwashed into despising the very things that made her feel safe. You didn't want a partner. You wanted a project. You let this woman, he points at me again, destroy our life for an ideology. I did it for us, she wails. No, you did it for likes. You did it because you were told that a functional, loving relationship was problematic. James straightens his tie. I'm leaving. The lease on the penthouse is in my name. I canceled it this morning. You have 3 days to move out. Since you desire financial independence, I'm sure you'll figure it out. He drops the mic, literally, walks off the stage. The silence is deafening. Then a few older men start slow clapping. Then some women join in. Sophie is collapsed on the floor, sobbing. I rush the stage. He's gaslighting you. This is violence. He's abandoning you publicly. This proves I was right. Sophie looks up at me, mascara running down her face. She screams a primal scream. Get away from me, Wyo, you psycho. She throws the ring box at my head. It hits me right in the eye. Crowd is laughing now, laughing at me. I try to salvage it, grab the mic. This is the patriarchy fighting back. He is threatened by her power. Security cuts the sound. 2 large male bouncers approach me. Ma'am, you need to leave. Don't touch me. I do not consent to your male gaze. They carry me out, literally pick me up like a child. I see James getting into his Aston Martin outside. A beautiful woman in a red dress is waiting for him. She opens the door for him. No, he opens it for her. She smiles, touches his arm. They drive off. The aftermath. Sophie sues me for malpractice and emotional distress. Daddy's lawyers are sharks. They leak the tapes of our sessions. The internet gets hold of my de-chivalry advice. I become a meme, the relationship wrecker. My business collapses. Landlord evicts me from my office. I'm $200K in debt from legal fees. Sophie moved back in with her parents. Last I heard she's dating a construction worker and posting trad wife baking videos. Overcorrection much. James started a podcast called The Architect. It's about building life foundations. He has 5 million subscribers. He cites our time together as his awakening to the insanity of modern gender theory. I check his Instagram from a burner account. He's married to the woman in the red dress. Picture of them hiking. He's carrying her backpack. Caption, heavy lifting is a privilege. Comments, king, goals, real man. I throw my phone across my studio apartment. Current day. Working as a barista in Brooklyn. Blue hair dye fading. Customer comes in. Guy holds the door for a girl. After you, he says. She smiles, thanks babe. I slam their coffees on the counter. Here, don't choke on your internalized oppression. They look at me like I'm crazy. Maybe I am, but at least I didn't let him win. Wait, he's a millionaire with a happy family. I'm pouring oat milk for hipsters. Did I lose? No, it's the world that's wrong. Sip lukewarm matcha. Check bank account, $1.45. Sigh. Systemic inequity strikes again.